We will now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As to apply the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. The L notice was forwarded to Asbury Press, the Coaster, and the Star Ledger on January 16, 2025, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices are on file at the City Clerk. We're now on special event applications from Recreation Director Alicia Ford.
Good evening, Joint Council. This evening there are 11 special event applications before you. 10 of them are returning events. One, the Asbury Park Color and Light Festival is new. As a point of clarification for the location of this event, it will be in the vicinity of the Paramount Convention Hall, not all over the city. And there are also 16 wedding applications. Any questions? Thank you.
We're now on Council. Councilmember Clayton.
Yes, I just want to announce that the state has a rental assistance program, and it gives preference to veterans, the homeless, the disabled, and the elderly. And we have to apply on the waiting list by January 31st at 5 o'clock, which is this Friday. In order to do it, there's a website, and the email address is waitlistcheck.com/NJ559, or there's a phone number, 609-292-4080, option 9. If you don't have access to a computer, please go to our social services department located in the transportation center, and they can help you fill out the application online. And again, it has to be filed by this Friday, the 31st, by 5 p.m.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Quinn?
No.
And Mayor
I apologize to everybody for starting a little bit late. We had something coming up and closed exactly. We didn't know it was going to come up, so I do apologize. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to matters from the city manager.
Nothing, thank you.
And moving on to matters from the city.
Yeah, if I may, I just want to take a moment to introduce myself to the public. My name is Kevin Starkey. I'm grateful to have been appointed as the new city attorney. The prior attorney, Fred Perfetto, was here for, I think, 21 years. And he was just appointed by the governor to be a judge of the tax court in New Jersey. Fred's actually a good friend of mine from years ago. We graduated high school together, and he's been helpful in getting me up to speed on many issues here in Asbury Park, and I'll do my best to serve the city well. So I just want to let everybody know who I was. Thank you.
We are now on to public participation. I have a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Move to open. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The public participation portion of the meeting is now open. Any member of the public who wishes to speak, please use the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and there will be a 3-minute time limit for each speaker.
Nancy Sabino, 1000 Fourth Avenue. I had a question about the stop signs, and I go back and forth between Bradley Beach and Asbury Park, and the stop signs in Bradley Beach are on the west side of the cross streets of the railroad tracks, and the stop signs in Asbury Park are on the east side of the railroad tracks. And I was just wondering why there would be a discrepancy between two cities that are pretty much next to each other, and what's the sense of why the stop signs are on the east side? Because if they're on the east side and you stop there, then you should be able to go across the tracks and just drive without stopping again. But if you don't stop, you're gonna hit somebody on Memorial, because Memorial has no stop signs, where there's stop signs on the cross streets. So I was just trying to understand the rationale of why the stop signs are where they are, and why there's a difference between the cities. Anybody have any clue? I thought maybe James would.
I can respond to that. So we placed the stop signs, just for everyone's reference, you're referring to when you're driving west, approaching the train tracks, there's a stop sign before the tracks.
Yes,
You stop, and you cross over the tracks into the intersection and turn. Bradley has them after the tracks, so you drive over the tracks and stop.
correct.
The problem with that is, what we're trying to avoid is cars stopped on the tracks.
Right.
We don't want to have two cars backed up, trains are coming, and now they can't turn or move because the traffic on Memorial is too high. And now we have cars on the way to trains. It's far safer to have cars stop before the train, look, and if the train comes, then they're already out of the way. Gate comes down, cars are safe.
Right.
No one has to jet out of the way of the train.
But in that rationale, then, once you stop on that side of the track, and you stop and you go across, you don't have to stop again.
No, you know, it's harder to understand that it's difficult to get your full line of sight sometimes from being that far across the tracks. But once you cross the tracks, you do not need to stop again. You should just be making your turn or going straight or wherever you're going.
Okay. That's what I thought. Official.
Good evening, my name is Nancy Phillips, and I am not a resident of Asbury Park. As a matter of fact, I'm homeless. I came here tonight, Mayor, to let you know that the last time I was here, there were people getting killed on Atkins Avenue, all over Asbury Park, underneath cameras, and still not no crimes is being solved. So the last time I was here, Quasim Johnson, the director of the Asbury Park Housing, he continues to neglect the residents of Asbury Park. He continues to rob the housing authority of millions of dollars. I mean, of course you're a witness because I saw that you complained about it yourself in the Asbury Park Press. Every time I go to a public housing authority meeting, the police are being called on. Quasim Johnson from the Asbury Park Housing Authority never fails to call the police on me. Okay, I was banned last month from recording a public housing authority meeting. I was thrown out. The lawyer came and gave me a cease and desist letter. Okay, so you know what I did, Mayor? I took the liberty of pressing charges against Quasim Johnson of the Asbury Park Housing Authority for harassment. Okay, this is what I did. I am a citizen. There is no reason for me to be under arrest because I'm quote unquote trespassing. And not only did I do that, Mayor, I came down into the police station after I filled out my police report. The police report was inaccurate. You need to investigate the police officers of Asbury Park because they are filing false police reports. That officer, 294 guy, lied on me, and I came down here to press charges on falsifying legal documents and filed a police report. I am going to court, okay, and I am suing. I'm pressing charges against the Asbury Park Housing Authority, and I might need you, Mayor, as a character witness to testify on my behalf of how foul Quasim is. Especially since I got the article in the Asbury Park Press. I already went down to the Montgomery County prosecutors. I left a message with Prosecutor Mark Spivey. I figured since he was investigating the Asbury Park school system, he need to drive on down to the Housing Authority and investigate them as well. So naturally, my lawyer is going to have to subpoena the prosecutor, you, the residents of Asbury Park, News 12. Millions of dollars are being mishandled. If I mishandle millions of dollars, I'll be underneath the jail. But what do? Y'all brush it underneath the rug and y'all label it as mismanagement of funds. Nobody is fired. I know y'all watch Channel 12. Aren't you embarrassed to see Asbury Park all over News 12? Housing authorities infested with roaches. The police is corrupted. The police is being sued for discrimination. Aren't you tired of Asbury Park having such a bad breath? Like, how did it feel knowing that police officers were short sued y'all for $1 million? That's all. I'm just curious that aren't you embarrassed to be the mayor of a town that keeps rotten, that the residents get robbed, or a town where the school system is filled with asbestos? Yes, ma'am?
Finish your sentence, because your time is up and I'll reply.
Okay, my question to you is, are you embarrassed to be the mayor a sitting mayor in a town that is so corrupted as Asbury Park? Are you embarrassed that the police are you embarrassed that the police are first charging on you because of harassment?
Finish your sentence, but you keep on going. Ms. Stokes, your
Uh-huh.
time's up.
Okay,
And so I'm gonna answer part of your question.
oh,
At times I'm embarrassed
you
to
should
be
be
the mayor
Go ahead, sorry.
because of various reasons, maybe everything. I heard what happened to you, not totally, but I know one thing for a fact.
Uh-huh.
You absolutely can take any meeting going on. So why they told you you could not take is beyond belief, because the Board of Education was sued for that back in, like, say, 1994, and the gentleman walked away with a nice piece of money, and if you were stopped from taping, I would suggest you do whatever you want to do. If you want to call me to court to testify that you're allowed to tape, I will gladly join you. And if you want to talk to the police chief, as far as like the reports and everything.
I love him. No, it's his wife I love.
that's-
It's his wife, I love
Okay,
that.
but please, if you think the police did anything wrong, please talk to the police chief and we'll go from there.
I appreciate you, Judge. Oh, can I have one more thing?
No,
That I forgot to mention?
no.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll save that for next month. Have a blessed night, Judge. I'm out of here.
Thank you, good
You're
luck.
welcome. Tell your wife I love her.
Oh, I find Nancy.
Felicia Simmons, President of the CC Organization Association, formerly known as the Westside Community Center.
You gotta speak up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Felicia Simmons, President and Executive Director of WCC Historic Renovation Association, formerly known as the Westside Community Center. I'm here for a quick second. First is to say that we had a meeting on Friday, the Greater Asbury Park Historic Renovation Revival Project. We invite you to Ballard Church on 4th Avenue, 6:30 to 9. It's community planning and organizing. It's open to everybody. Second is about a few months ago, I put in and revisited about a month ago for a support letter for the Neighborhood Choice Grant. And I know at the time you didn't have enough information, but the Neighborhood Choice Grant is a grant that is for nonprofits and other community-driven, non-municipal government entities. Excuse me, non-government entities. It was started in 2002, a partnership with the network and also with the DCA. And what it is a tax credit program. And great cities like Asbury Park and other specific districts, towns and neighborhoods throughout the state qualify. I'm also a recipient of this grant down in the southwest of Jersey, 00. And bringing it back to home of Asbury. It gives you a planning grant to help develop a community plan generated by the community to come up with organizations and organizational progressions and projects community-based. So say Shade Tree Committee, say Westside Community Center, different nonprofits where the state of New Jersey DCA program can fund them up to $1 million and actually more throughout the year, right? It is a partnership between corporation and nonprofits. And again, it has no municipal governmental projects or components to it. It is completely community generated and for the benefit directly of the community. Say if you wanted a garden and you needed funding for a garden, say if you had a youth mentor program and you needed funds and connections between business, the business world, the corporate world, and say you were your mentoring program. This program is made for those such reasons. And again, I put in for support, but in honesty, I have a relationship already with DCA. So, but in the future, we're looking forward to partnering at the West Side with the city and so many different municipal things to bring back the community. Because again, the historic West Side Community Center and the historic Asbury Park are partners. And together with the city, with the commerce, we can bring the city back so it's beneficial for everybody in it. So thank you, have a great day.
Thank you.
I have information for you, Pat.
Okay, thank you.
Move to close. Second.
All in favor? We're now on the minutes, at the executive meeting, reorganization meeting minutes for the January 15th meeting. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We're now on to the consent agenda, resolutions. All matters listed on the consent agenda are presented collectively to the city council and will be considered for approval with one vote. These matters are considered to be routine in nature, and there will be no individual discussion of these items. If discussion is desired by one or more council members as to any particular items, then said items shall be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. For consent tonight, we have resolutions 2025-70 through 2025-72. I have a motion.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We're now on to individual resolutions. I have resolution 2025-73, resolution approving payment of bills.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-74, resolution amending temporary budget appropriations for 2025 budget.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-75, resolution authorizing the disposition of surplus property.
Move it.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Moore? Resolution 2025-76, resolution authorizing the acquisition and installation of a play structure for the participatory budget sunset park project.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-77, resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of 3 automated license plate readers for the police department.
Move it.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-78, resolution ratifying the Superior Officers Association Local Number 6, the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the State of New Jersey, union contract.
Move the table. Second.
All right. I have a motion to table. Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
The resolution has been tabled to the next council. Resolution 2025-79, resolution authorizing an agreement with Passport for a mobile parking payment application, permanent parking portal, and license plate reader parking enforcement systems.
Move it.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-80, resolution authorizing an agreement with Pay by Phone for a mobile parking application.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Is this similar to 81?
James?
So.
So, yes, we have multiple mobile payment apps in the city, and there's 4. 2 by Passport, 1 by Vidphone, 1 by Park Mobile. All 3 resolutions tonight are to renew contracts with them to keep operating. They operate at no cost to the city. Users pay a user fee of 35 cents, whatever it is, per transaction, and then we funnel that money along to the company. We find that having multiple provides people more options. That way they don't come here and feel forced to download the app. We might already have one for the city. Thank you. Bob.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Move it.
Very good.
Second.
Very good.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-81, resolution authorizing agreement with Park Mobile LLC for a mobile parking application.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman? Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-82, resolution authorizing the extension electronic beach badge system for the city of Asbury Park through December 31st, 2030.
Move it.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-83, resolution authorizing an annual service agreement for mobile data service charge. Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-84, resolution approving change order number 2 for the roof replacement at City Hall, DPW, and the Transportation Center.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-85, resolution authorizing the County of Monmouth Mosquito Control Division to conduct aerial mosquito control operations within the city of Asbury Park.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton. Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-86, resolution rejecting bids for Asbury Park boardwalk restrooms and authorizing rebid.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-87, resolution awarding a bid for First Avenue roadway improvements.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
John votes yes.
Resolution 2025-88, resolution awarding bid for traffic control signage.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn. And Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-89, resolution of the Council of the City of Asbury Park committing to round 4 present and prospective need of affordable housing obligations.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-90, resolution authorizing the release of the performance bond for 300 Asbury Avenue, 320 Asbury Avenue, 301 Cookman Avenue, 600 Neck Street, block 3801, block 1.01, 1.03, and 1.05.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-91, resolution authorizing the release of the performance bond for 202-204 Second Avenue, block 4201, lots 3 and 4.
Move it.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-92, resolution authorizing the release of the performance bond for 917 Third Avenue, block 302, block 11. Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-93, resolution authorizing appointments to the planning board. The appointments are Councilmember Yvonne Clayton as a Class 3 member with a term to expire January 15, 2026. For Class 4 member appointments, Michael Gooden, Jim Henry, Daniel Shammail, and Jeremy Hoffman with a term to expire January 15, 2029. And then for alternate 1 would be Robert Suckerman with a term to expire January 15, 2026. And alternate number 2, Catherine McLaughlin with a term to expire January 15, 2027.
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-94, resolution celebrating the month of February as National Black History Month.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We're now on to ordinances for introduction. Ordinance 2025-1, ordinance amending the 1201 Memorial Drive redevelopment plan for a property located at 1201 Memorial Drive, block 203, block 5, with public hearing date of February 12, 2025. Is there a motion?
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-2, ordinance of the city of Asbury Park and the county of Monmouth, state of New Jersey, provide for the special assessment of the cost of certain wastewater, stormwater, roadway, streetscape, utility, and other infrastructure improvements on block 4306, lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 200 210 Avenue, 201 209 7th Avenue, and 1604 Webb Street on the city tax map, which are located within the Asbury Park waterfront redevelopment area, establishing a mechanism for payment of the cost thereof, with with a public hearing date of February 12th, 2025. Do you have a motion?
Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Jackson.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-3, ordinance of the City of Asbury Park authorizing the execution of a financial agreement with K-Hop Navy Delta Asbury Park Urban Renewal LLC concerning property located at block 4306, lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 200 to 10th Avenue, 201, 209 7th Avenue, and 1604 West Street on the city tax map within the City of Asbury Park water redevelopment area and granting a tax exemption with a public hearing date of February 12th, 2025. Do you have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Bez Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn. Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-4, ordinance amending the redevelopment plan for 1001 First Avenue, City of Asbury Park, Monmouth County, block 401, lots 10, 11, 12, and 13, with a public hearing date of February 12th, 2025. Do you have a motion?
Move it.
Question. Michelle,
Yes.
number 1, which is 1201 Memorial. Number 4, which is 1001 First, we're going to notify everybody within 200 feet.
We have not done that before. For a second, it's the second ordinance hearing. We have not done that before. It gets a general ad in the paper by the clerk for an ordinance.
Don't we want to notify everybody?
Our policy was to notify for conceptual, and then there's a legal, that was our volunteer one, that we voluntarily agreed to. And then there's, I think, a general one that is required, right?
So the 200% notice by statute is required for planning board hearing. And then the other statutory requirement is second reading of an ordinance of the clerk places an ad in the newspaper.
Right. I know the legalities, but then we make the decision, anytime we're going to be talking, make a decision on these projects, we would notify everybody within 200 feet.
Then we have to do it on all of them, not that. How is that?
The other ones are money. They don't have anything to do, they've already been approved.
It's just the two tonight.
You go through.
Well, 1201's not money, 1201's entrance and exit.
Well, that's what I'm saying, number 1 and
Oh, okay.
3 is an ordinance.
So how many, so that would be a 4th time we've notified people of this? So we do one as through feedback that we got that people wanted to be notified when they're conceptually coming to us. And if that's multiple conceptuals, we go for all of these. Then there's the planning board,
But that's different, that's
right? And then, are those the only ones?
Our policy, my understanding was only the notice of the presentation to council for the conceptual, not for adoption.
So this is the most important one because you're a vote.
Can we do, I know we used to say this here at this meeting, can we do outreach via email rather than a
Or next door maybe?
200?
We told the public, whenever we're gonna vote on something, or just have a presentation, they would be notified. That's not notified,
Regular mail, then?
better than nothing. I mean, I'd rather certify, but you say, is it impossible? I don't think it's impossible. We're not talking about 1,000 people, we're probably talking about maybe 80 people in each one.
Well, one, not to hijack this in the middle, but you have and it's my opinion, regular mail goes in your mail and you get it, within a few days.
Not in Asbury Park, maybe where you live. I don't get my mail for weeks.
Certified mail, if you don't take, if they try to deliver to you and you're not home, you get the card and you have to.
So we can do both. At least we can try with the card, we can try it, somebody doesn't get it. If you're saying it's impossible to do, then we're gonna make a motion to withdraw these and we'll reintroduce them in 2 weeks. But I mean,
No, I mean, because one, I don't want to say it, one really needs adoption, but I'm gonna ask the city manager for staff help.
I'll come in and help you, but I mean, we can't tell the public, we're gonna let you know when we're gonna vote on something, and then not tell.
But I do think, certified mail is a mail is a more effective way for a letter to actually reach someone's hand. And I have been for the conceptuals that you have been asking for the waterfront, they have been regular mail.
Okay, but this is,
Yeah.
So we notified everybody for conceptual, right? Can we use that same list that we used for
oh
conceptual?
yeah, it is going to be the same list. It's not new
How did
people.
we notify the first time?
Well, the developer did a notification,
Okay, got it.
and they get a list from the tax assessor.
I'm sorry, I should have thought about this last week.
So the question is, does it go regular mail or certified?
Both. I mean, we're talking about, I know you need staff. We'll think everybody come in and help you.
Yeah, but it's not just for this project. I mean, this would be every project now. Right, because we're not just doing it for the waterfront, we're doing it, we would be doing it all the time.
If we're voting on something, we're telling people, I mean, it's like the guy that came to the reorganization meeting, Jacob Cohen wanted to speak about that, and he did. And
He
I
was
said,
outside the tool.
right, but I promised him, I would let him know what that is, so I will let him know. I mean, we can't tell people, I thought we told the public, when we were going to vote on something, we'll let you know.
No, I think we added the conceptual because that was the time to change the project,
Right.
because we had not voted on anything. So the idea was, we are not legally required, but conceptually, we said, hey, folks, come on out, tell us what you like and what you hate. We'll tell the developer to change some of the stuff, maybe not all of it, and then it'll come back. But, I mean, I'm not here to stop people from being notified, I'm just trying to think of it from a financial and practical level, that's all.
Financial, I'm not worried about. Just because you talk about 80 letters and what, $2, and you talk about 160.
For this project.
Certified mail
How much?
is $6.
$6, 86 is $480.
But,
Then we got to come up with some policy because to be consistent with it. Again, I'd rather know when you're voting on something than when you're just discussing something. I mean, if I have a problem, let me know when you're voting on it because I get to talk to the microphone, I get to talk as long as I want. You can't cut me off every 2 minutes.
I like to know the concept, what your problems are, so we can change it. Anyway, whatever. It's only first reading, so we can have a discussion in the next 24 hours.
She needs time to get this process started because the next meeting is 2 weeks down the road. So she's already saying she needs help. So I don't think we can do job. We'll figure it out. All right. And that's, if there's three of you that don't want to notify the public, just say we don't want to notify the public.
We don't ever notify the public, but as in the past.
no, and this is a ordinance adoption for amendments to redevelopment.
And when I say notify the public, I mean a personal mailing, obviously we notify the papers or whatever.
Right, it's the paper.
So from here on out, every second reading of every ordinance for development would also then have a mailing
Amendments to redevelopment.
or an amendment.
No, I'm narrowing it. Because, because it's a lot. But,
You need to down the negative, the cons, besides it's work and it costs a couple $100.
it's more than a couple hundred.
Okay, it costs $500.
Yeah.
In a $60 million budget, we can't come up with $500 every now and then. Like, if we have to add it to your budget, we'll add it to your budget. Now, I mean, if you say like, okay, we'll do it this time, we're going to revisit it and look at it, then we can do that. But I can't cut you off with this short time frame and say, don't do these two.
Right, I would like us to revisit it and talk about what is the most effective ways to reach the public,
Okay.
because, then that's why we've come up before with a policy of regular mail. But we'll do whatever you want this round, and let's please revisit it.
No problem with that.
So you want certified or regular?
So,
Okay.
Within 200 feet.
Yep, all right,
absolutely.
no problem.
And just check, we're the only two, I believe. There's 4 on, I think there's only 2. That have to be, the 4 ordinances. You look at them and make sure there's only 2 that have to be notified.
There's only 2, but there's amendments to redevelopment plans.
I think so too, but I want you to make
Yeah,
sure.
the other 2 are related to Finance.
I agree, John, why don't you check?
2025 1 and 2025 4.
Okay, the resolution was moved prior to discussion. Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
That is all for tonight. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move to adjourn.
All in favor? Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.